campaigns, and the worthy competitor, the former Prime Minister Raila Odinga, together with my former leader of NARC Kenya, Martha Karua, congratulate them for accepting that they did not win after the Supreme Court judgment. And I heard Honorable Nikal talking about the terms which were used in the Supreme Court. I mean, those were not offensive at all, according to me, but that being what it is, there is a government of the day, and the president has been chosen. Mr. Speaker, I want to talk about the president's speech, where he talked about reducing the price of fertilizer. Yes, the price of fertilizer has been reduced to 3,500. But unfortunately, Mr. Speaker, that is as far as it goes, because if you go to the cereals board, yes, you will buy, some people will buy at 3,500. As soon as you are out of the gate, the prices go up to 5,000, and not everybody gets it, even those who have registered. I have complained to the administration, national administration. Mr. Speaker, we should go further because we have devolution in place. We have got devolved units. We have got even the Ngao, that is the ACCs, the chiefs, assistant chiefs. We need to take the fertilizers up to the point where the people are, to the sub-locations, to the locations, to the divisions, and not just to the county headquarters, because unless we do not do that, then we will not achieve what was meant to be done, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, we need to know regarding the Hustlers Fund. I believe it is a good idea if implemented well. Mr. Speaker, the members of parliament who are here and who were there in the 11th parliament, they know about the Uwezo Fund. And many funds in many constituencies, the Uwezo Fund has been depleted. Unlike some who are doing good, like my constituency, my Uwezo Fund from 16 million right now, I have dispersed up to 60 million, Mr. Speaker. So we need to replicate the Hustlers Fund, probably be based within a Member of Parliament's office so that we can join it together. We reduce the paperwork and the red tape and do it through the Uwezo Fund. It would be much better and easier to manage, but we should even do it in a way that people are told, the members of parliament are told that this is a revolving fund and not for free. It's not money for free, because until we do not inculcate that into our people, then people will not repay that. Mr. Speaker, the President spoke about informal settlements as well as housing. Mr. Speaker, we, like in my constituency, we've not had titles for 1 or 2 places for the last, from independence. Mr. Speaker, it is very important, if we are to empower our people, they should have title deeds to their property, because if they do not, then how do they even develop what they do not have papers for? So, Mr. Speaker, my place in Meru, which we have done surveys for a long time, and I wish the incoming CS for lands and housing will look at Shauriako, and that is an informal settlement. I'm not saying Shauriako to our speaker, but it is an informal settlement which is called Shauriako, which is next to the sewage plant in Meru, and next to the biggest open-air market, Gakoromone market, in the whole of eastern central Kenya. And Mr. Speaker, up to date, we have not got the titles. Mr. Speaker, the housing dream is a very good thing. One of my colleagues has already spoken about Kibera will change. I think it was the Deputy Speaker, she talked about Kibera being changed. Mr. Speaker, we need change everywhere. Where there are informal settlements, let's have slum upgrading projects, which were there initially, but the funding was not there, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, it is good that our President has promised the judiciary more funds so that justice can be dispensed. Mr. Speaker, in as much as we are saying justice to be dispensed, we would, and I think the President spoke about it even yesterday, judiciary even the head of judiciary comes from my constituency, the Honorable Chief Justice Martha Koome. But I would want even her and the whole judiciary not to put roadblocks on any legislation which comes out of this parliament and delay whatever is supposed to be done. Because, Mr. Speaker, as we are speaking, we are, we are speaking from two sides of the mouth. Where we are talking about the CDF Act of 2013 being said it is unlawful, yes. But we did changes in 2015 where now it is NGCDF, and it is two different things, because I believe in law, something is a different name, is not the same as the other. So, Mr. Speaker, the President in his speech talked about CDF being a game changer. I think we need now to know whether he has said in private, yes, he supports us having a CDF, but we need now to move with haste so that we can entrench this NGCDF into the Constitution. And I believe there is already one of our members of Parliament who is pushing for that, and we as members of Parliament, we need to ascertain that we need NGCDF, because kids are at home right now because the bursaries are not there. And if the bursaries don't come, and if we are not, when we talk about free primary or free secondary education, Mr. Speaker, there is nothing like free. Just yesterday I got a call from one of the parents telling us we are asked for this money for one thing or the other. Mr. Speaker, the other thing is about debt. Mr. Speaker, we need to reduce our debt. And I agree with the President that we need to reduce the 300 billion. But, Mr. Speaker, the 300 billion should not be removed from the development budget. It should be removed from the recurrent expenditure, not from the development budget, because we all need roads, we all need a lot of things in our constituencies, and we need that money for CDF. So they should not even think, when they are going to bring a supplementary budget, to remove the 45 billion of CDF, because that supplementary will not pass in this House. I believe that is the feeling of this House. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and want to congratulate you again. Thank you.
The Honourable Member for Kilgoris.